oh my god, this video is actually going to be my reading list for November and December. So I'm just gonna kind of jump right into this. Some of the books that I have are Christmas themed, but not all of them. So I guess I'll start off with what I'm currently reading, which is Deadlands by Lily Hearn, which is this book here. And this is actually a zombie book. And I'm sure many of you have heard me say that I hate zombie anything with a passion, and I really, really do. I hate zombies so bad. But I have been a little bit intrigued with zombie books lately, and I find that even though zombies terrify the absolute crap out of me, I find that it's easier for me to read a zombie book because I can't physically see what's happening. I can only picture in my mind, and that's just not as bad to me. I know that probably sounds stupid to a lot of people, but it just, yeah. But I'm actually kind of really enjoying this book at the moment. It is a little bit slow to begin with. I'm only like, where am I? I'm only 90 pages into the book, so I'm not really that far in yet. But I have heard good things about this. So basically what this one is about is the zombie apocalypse that has happened in Africa, in Cape Town. And they are comparing this book to The Hunger Games meets The Walking Dead. So I guess we'll see what this is about, but so far it's not too bad. The next book I have is actually a children's book, and I have already read this, and this is, oh my god, this book is so beautiful, guys. This is The Incomplete Book of Dragons by Cressida Cowell. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but this book here, can we just take a moment to appreciate, oh my god, I'm really buggering up my words today. Can we just take a moment to appreciate how beautiful this book is? This is a hardcover book. I absolutely adore this. This is from the How to Train Your Dragon series, and for those of you who don't know, I am a little bit obsessed with How to Train Your Dragon. I absolutely love, love, love the TV show, which for us in Australia is on like I believe every afternoon on ABC3 at 5 in the afternoon. And then I also love the movies. I really do adore them. Excuse me, my itchy eye. And so I decided that I wanted to read the book series because I have not read them yet. And my bookstores never have the first book in this series, so I still haven't read it yet. But then I saw this book, and I was actually only just thinking the day before, I wonder if they have published a book with all the dragons in it. And they have, which is this. And like I said, it's an incomplete book, meaning that, the person that's writing this book is actually Hiccup, the main character out of the stories. And it's called an incomplete book because obviously there's more dragons throughout the series that they haven't added in. But it is a beautiful book. It is amazingly illustrated all the way through, and the author actually illustrated this book herself. It's an amazing book. I love it. It was more expensive than I've ever paid for a book. This was $25, but I kind of didn't care. I really needed it. I have read this book and I really did enjoy it. So that's that book. The next children's book I have, and I think this is more middle grade than it is children, it is Starry River of the Sky by Grace Lin. And this is what it looks like. It is another hardback. I'm not 100% certain about what this is about, but I have heard amazing things about this book series. I think it's about a boy who let's see here, a boy named Rendy who works as a chore boy in a village inn, and he's noticed that the inhabitants of the village are starting to act a little bit peculiar and not normal. And the moon goes missing. So this is something that I am looking forward to reading. I don't know, where are we? Should I see? I'm pretty sure this book has illustrated. Yeah, it does. Just where did it go? So this book also has beautiful illustrations in it throughout the book, so I'm really excited to read this, so I can't wait. The next book I have is another middle grade book, and this is Zecora by N and A Lockle. This is book 1 in the Firelight Tragedy series, and I know that the second book is already out in the series. I just haven't read this one yet. This one, the copy that I have is also a signed copy, and the authors of this book are actually a brother and sister team, so you know, NNA. And I believe this is about 2 young boys that have lost their parents, and 5 years after they lose their parents, their sister gets kidnapped, and they witness the kidnapping of their sister, so they have to go find her. And I think this is about the journey of finding their kidnapped sister. I'm really looking forward to reading this as well. Then moving on to one of my all-time favourite series, and it is Confessions of a Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella. Now, even though Sophie Kinsella is like my all-time favorite author, and Confessions of a Shopaholic is my most all-time favorite movie, I have not read the book series because, again, I could never find book 1. I have like every other book in the series and I could never find book 1 until the other day when I was at my local thrift store and I saw it there, so I grabbed it even though it doesn't match the rest of my books. But I'm really excited to read this book. This is about Becky Bloomward, who is a little bit of a shopping addict like myself, so I can totally relate to this book, and she gets herself into some severe credit card debt, and yeah, so it's just about that. I think this is an amazing story, so I can't wait to read that. Then I have this book here called Theodora, Actress Empress Whore by Stella Duffy, and I believe this is a historical fiction which is about a woman called Theodora, and it is about, I think, her journey of becoming like a whore to an empress, and like, you know, her life from when she was, you know, just nothing to being an empress, and I think that's what it's about. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm interested in reading this. Moving on to the last 4 books that I have to read, and they are all Christmas books. This one is The Charm Bracelet by Melissa Hill. Melissa Hill writes amazing books, and I've been wanting to read this book for quite some time. I actually got this, I think it was either at Christmas time or last year or my birthday at the beginning of this year. I can't remember, but I've been wanting this book for a long time and I got it, but I've been waiting to read this until December. So this book is about a girl named Holly, and she has this charm bracelet, and it's sent to her by somebody anonymous, and she doesn't know who it is, and every time she goes through something trying in her life, another charm turns up from whoever this person is. And so her charm bracelet is starting to become one of her most prized possessions, and it means like a lot to her. And then one day she's going through, I think it's like Central Park, and she finds someone else's charm bracelet. So she goes on this sort of like journey, adventure, whatever you want to call it, to find the person who owns the charm bracelet, because she knows how much it would hurt her if she lost her own. So there's that one. Then there is this one here. It is Going Home by Harriet Evans, and Harriet Evans is another one of my favorite authors, and this is about a woman called Lizzie Walter who is making the journey back to her family home for Christmas, and I think the house is called Keeper House, but the person who broke her heart, so I guess it must be like an ex-partner or something, has turned up at the family home, and that's really all I know about it. I don't know too much more, but I'm really interested to read it because I love Harriet Evans' work. The next book I have is called The Christmas Wedding by James Patterson and Richard DeLillo. This is about a woman who, her husband has passed away 3 years ago, and so her and her four children have kind of drifted apart. You know, they've all gone off their separate ways to do their own lives and things like that. And then she announces to her children that she is getting married to a new man, and that the only way that they're going to find out who the groom is if they come to her place for Christmas. So I'm really interested in seeing that. And then the last book I have is actually another children's book, and it is called My Treasury of Christmas Carols and Stories. And I love this book so much. I bought this book from QBD, from their Scratch and Dent section, because when this book was made, the cover was attached on back to front and upside down. So even though this looks like the front, it is actually the back. So to read it, you have to turn it upside down and towards the back, but which really doesn't bother me because I'm going to have it fixed. But I got it for cheap. This is full of Christmas carols and stories, and it's just got amazing, beautiful, beautiful artwork in this. And for those of you who don't know, Christmas is like my all-time favorite time of the year. Like, I can't even explain to you how much Christmas means to me. So this is something that I read sort of at night time, like when I'm laying in bed or whatever. I really enjoy this, and yeah, so that is all the books that I have that I've picked out to read for the next 2 months. Now this is not really a solid set in stone kind of list of books here, because things do change with me. I never have set in stone lists, because sometimes I buy new books that I'm more interested in reading than what I've picked out for myself. But this is kind of the gist of what I want to read for November. If there's nothing else that sort of catches my eye, this is what I definitely will read. And I may not even get to read all of it, but it's just something that I try to strive to do. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I will see you guys later, and please don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Bye.